Hello everyone, welcome to Pepcoding. Today we are here to solve a question named pattern matching. Okay, so in this question, first of all, let's go towards the question, try to understand the question. After that, we will look for its solution. Okay, so in this question, we are given a string and a pattern. Okay, and we have to represent the given string in the form of the pattern that we are given. Okay, so let's go on the input window and see what we are getting. We are getting the string graph trees graph, and we have to represent it in the pattern of pep, right? So let's take it on our board. The string is graph trees graph, right? And the pattern is pep. Okay, so we have to do something. We have to map some values, the substring of the given string, with this pattern values, so it can represent the complete string. Like in this example, if we represent a graph with p and trees with e, right? So this graph is automatically represented by p. So this is completely representing this string in this way, right? We have to do this in this question. Let's take another example for that. Just suppose the given string is mza pza. Okay, and the given pattern is abcb, right? So what we can do, we can see one thing here, that if a represents mz, right, and b represents addy, and c represents tz, and b again it can represent addy as we have mapped it earlier, right? So this string also can be represented in this pattern. Okay, and we have to do that. We are given a string and a pattern, and we have to map that string, that substring of that string, with some values of the given pattern, and we have to represent the complete string with the given complete pattern. Okay, so let's move forward and see how we are going to do that. Okay, let's take an example again. The example was graph trees graph, right? So graph tree is a graph. Okay, and the pattern was pep. Okay, so we will write down here that it is level 1 for p, level 2 e, and level 3 p again. Okay, so what we will do, we will start traversing on the given string, and we will start mapping the values of p. First of all, we will do it for g, then we will do it for gr, after that we will do it for gra, after that we will do it for grap. Okay, so wherever we met our answer, that will be handled in the base case. We will discuss it later, but we will try for every substring possible in the given string, right? So let's suppose first call will be for g, and the second call will be for p is equal to gr, but the successful one, we know that that will be graph, right? So if p is equal to graph, right, this will be successful one, so the rest of the string will be trees graph, right? Now again, we will again start traversing on the given string, and we will start mapping for e, right? We know that what will be the correct answer, trees will be the correct answer, because we can see it visually, right? But we have to code it somehow, right? So here we can see, just suppose we have taken trees and mapped it with the e, so e will be equals to the trees, and when we reach this point, what will happen, we will left with the graph only, and the graph is already mapped with p, and we are having p here, right? So we will again match that, and if that value match, it means it is the correct pattern, right? It is the correct format, it is the correct mapping. So what we will do, we will print the mapping that p is mapped to the graph and e is mapped to the trees, right? This will be done. Now let's move forward. We have to implement our this logic that we have done here in the coding format. So let's go on the board, try to write this code. Okay, I'm not making complete tree here because it is likely the tree is going to be so huge big, because we have to traverse on every element of the given string. Okay, so that's why I'm not drawing the complete tree, but it is pretty clear from the explanation that what we are going to do, what we are trying to code here, right? So let's go and we will try to write the code here. So first of all, what you have to do, we are given, let me make it on the full screen first. Okay, here we can see we are given a string here and a pattern and a hash map, right? The mapping that we had talked about, that which character we have to map with substring. Okay, that we will do it inside this hash map. And this is string, that is the original pattern that we have. This we will use for the base case, right? Okay, so let's move forward. And what we have to do, we have to first of all traverse on the given string and check which substring is suitable for mapping, right? And first of all, we will map every substring possible with the given pattern we have, and we will check it. If it suitable for it, so we will map it with that and we'll print the answer. And what we will do, we will simply return from that, backtrack from there. We will remove that from our hash map. Okay, so first of all, we need the character of our pattern for mapping, right? So let's go here. Oh, okay, here char ch is equals to, we have pattern, so pattern dot char add 0. It will give us the first variable, or we can say the first character of that pattern string, right? We have to map some values to that character first. Okay, and we need the rest of the pattern string also. So for that, cat rest of the pattern. Okay, that will be pattern dot substring. It will be from 1 and so on, right? We have got the rest of the pattern stored in the variable ROP. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to check first that the character that we have got from the pattern, we have already mapped some values to it or not. If we have already mapped some values to it, so we would not map any value to it. Okay, so if the character that we have, first of all, we'll check it with the hash map. Let's go. Map dot contains key, where the cursor is here, ch, right? If we have some values already stored in the map, it means we have put some value for this character that is in the pattern. See, so after that we will do something. In the else part also we will do something. In the else part, it means it is not mapping some values. We haven't mapped any value to the given character of that pattern, right? So what we are going to do in this part, let's go and see. First of all, we will start a loop to traverse on the given string. Int I equals to 0, I is less than the length of the string, so str.length I plus plus, right? So we are inside this loop. After that, inside this loop, what we are going to do, first of all, we are going to make the substring that is possible with that given string to map the values, to check and map the values if it is possible or not. Okay, so first of all, the first substring will be equals to str dot substring 0 to I plus 1. Okay, and we will take one more string for rest of the string, will be equals to str dot substring I plus 1, right? This is done. We have the substring and we have the rest of the string also. Now let's move forward and see what we are going to do. After this, we are going to put the value, because we haven't put the value to that character that we have got now. So for that, map dot put ch comma the substring that we have got, right? So we have put the value. After this, we are going to make our call for the solution, right? So solution, inside this, first of all, we will send our string. So here it is rest of the string, and we have to send the pattern. So what pattern is left? That is ROP, right? The rest of the pattern After that, we have to send the hash map. So we have sent the map here. After that, the original pattern that we have. Okay, so we have sent that. And don't forget to undo the things that you have done before making the call, that we have mapped some values. So when we are coming back, we have to remove this mapping also, right? So let's go map dot remove ch. This is done. Okay, this part is done. Now let's go and talk about this if part. Okay, let's move forward. So here also we are going to get the previous mapping first, right? We have already given some value to our ch variable, right? So first of all, we will get that mapping, what we have mapped to that value, and we will check if the current value is also equals to that, then we will move forward, else we will return from that point, right? So first of all, we are going to check the previous mapping. Okay, so the previous mapping will be equals to map.get ch. Okay, so we have got the previous mapping here. After this, what we have to do, first of all, the length of the previous mapping should be equals to the length of the string that is present inside that, right? So like the string that is available to us, its length either equals to the previous mapping or greater than that, right? So if the length, we can say, so for that str.length either equals to or greater than the previous mapping, right? So previous mapping dot length. Okay, so if it is true means the length is greater or equals to the previous mapping length, right? After that, what we are going to do, we are going to compare that the substring is equals to the previous mapping or not. Okay, so let's go. What we will do here, we will find out the substring here of the string which will be equals to the previous mapping. We will check. Okay, so we will take a string as left equals to str dot substring of from 0 to what we can say the length of the previous mapping, right? So previous mapping dot length, right? This is done. We have that in our left part, right? Now let's move forward. Let's store the right part also like the same. So string, right part of the string will be equals to str dot substring previous mapping dot length, right? This is done. We have the left substring and the right substring. After that, what we are going to do, we are going to check if the left substring that we have received, it is equals to the previous mapping or not. If it is equal, it means it is matching the mapping that we are giving it to it. Okay, so let's go. If previous mapping, okay, if previous mapping dot equals to the left, it means they both are equal. If they both are equal, so we will move forward, make the call to the solution again, right? So let's go make a call here, solution. Inside this, we will also pass the rest of the string again. So it is right here right now. So right, and after that we have to send the pattern that is left, that is here ROP, and after that we have to send the map and the original pattern. This is done. So this is done. Now let's go and talk about the base case here. Okay, so what was the base case? When we were mapping the values to the given pattern characters, so the base case was either like we reach to the end of this, the given pattern values, and at the same time this, like the string that we have, that is also finished. We don't have any of the part left of the string. Okay, if these two cases are correct, then it means we are reaching to the base case. So let's go and write this part also. So if the length of the pattern is equals to 0. So pattern dot length is equals to 0. And what? Let me make it correct. Yeah. And what if the length of the string is also equals to 0? So str dot length is also equals to 0. It means we have mapped everything, right? So let's go and we will do something inside this. Let's discuss what we are going to do inside this. So simply we are going to print the answer that we have. Like we have completely iterated on the string as well as on the given pattern, right? So it means we have mapped every value of the string to the given pattern. So we will simply going to print what values we have mapped to which pattern, right? So let's go. After this we are going to iterate on this original pattern. That's why we are storing this original position every time. Okay, so let's go. We will use a loop here for int I equals to 0 until I is less than op dot length every time I plus plus, right? So this is done. After this what we are going to do, we are going to check, like we can't just print the value. Like let's have a look. Let me show you something. Oh, not here, it is here, right? So the output was we have printed for P and E, not for P again, right? If we have printed for some value already, we won't print that value again, right? So let's go. We will make a hash set for that to check out every time that we haven't print that value already. Okay, let's go. First of all, we have to make a hash set here. Hash set of character type, right? Character name is already printed. We will use this to track which character is already printed of the given pattern, right? So already printed equals to new hash set. This is right. So we have that here. So when we come inside this loop, first of all we need the value of that character. So char ch is equals to op dot carat I. Okay, here we have written sp by mistake. It is op dot carat I. So now we have the character in this ch stored. Now we will check if this character is present inside this hash set. It means it is printed, but if it is not, it means we have to print it. Okay, so let's go. If this already printed dot contains our ch is equal to false, it means it doesn't contain. If it doesn't contain, then we have to print, right? So let's go. System dot out dot print ln. Inside this, first of all we have to print the character. After that, let's have a look on the pattern of the output. We have to print a arrow, right? So let's go. We have to print an arrow. After that, we have to print the mapping, I think. Let's go. After this, yes, we have to print the mapping. Okay, so we are here and we have to print the mapping. So map dot get ch. This is done. Okay, now let's have a look again. We have to put a comma also. Let's go here and we have to put a comma as well, right? So this is done and the line is not changed, so we will use print for that. Okay, right, so this is done. Now let's go. After this, what we have to do, when we have already printed that, so after that we have to add that in our hash set so we can know that we have already printed, right? Already printed dot add ch. Right, this is done. Now let's move forward. Okay, we have to change the line where somewhere here, so we will change a line here. Right, this is done, and we have to return here from it. Right, so this is also done. Now let's see what else we are left with. It is matching with this. After that we have put comma. Let's run this code now. It is all that we have planned till now. So let's run this code. Okay, pattern dot substring, cannot find symbol. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, by mistaken we have put, well, like spelling wrong, substring here also, and here also. Right, so this is done. Here also, here also. Okay, let's have a look. Are we left somewhere here? No, right. Let's run this code again. Oh, string cannot be converted to char. Okay, yeah, it was a string by mistake. I've written char here. It is a string, right? It was the string for the pattern. Let's run this. Again we have some problem. String ROP. Okay, now it is correct. Are we missing something else? Let's have a look. Also it will be capital S, right? This is done. This is also done. Here also, this is also done. Now let's run this again. So again we are having some problem. If map dot contains key. Okay, there it is. Here, this will be in capital, right? This is also done. Now let's run. See, do we have any other problem? Okay, again some typing mistake on line number 42 here. Okay, this is also done. Let's run it again. Okay, so it is giving some wrong answers because okay, here we have a gap between the comma and the e. I think that's why, and we have to print a dot at last. Okay, we have to take care of that also. So let's go and see. So where we were printing, here we have to give some space to it, and here we have to put a dot. Right, this is it. Now let's run it. Still it is giving the wrong answer. Okay, I think here it have some space here also. So now let's run it. Okay, I hope this will be accepted this time, but not. Okay, it have some space here also. Let's run this. So it is accepted. Now let's submit it. Okay, so it is passed for all the test cases. So this is how we are going to approach this question and solve this question. I hope you have learned something. Please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.